This is awesome. First, I just want to take a picture of everybody because this is a really exciting moment for me. So if you could just put your hands up like this. I'm going to take a pano. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. All right, cool. So my presentation is titled Follow the Dang Instructions Now. So I'm pretty good at following the instructions, I think, but not always like now. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. All right, so who am I? Again, my name is Kevin Webb, like Nicole mentioned. I am the owner of KW Fitness. I'm married to my beautiful wife, Mandy, in the back there, and I was born and raised in Binghamton, New York. Anybody know where that is other than like the pages? Yeah! Okay. So if you don't know where that is, it's right like in the armpit of New York right there. I just made that up. But pretty much anyone who lives in Binghamton wants to get out of Binghamton, especially people my age, like going out of high school and college. Binghamton isn't like the greatest place for any one of them to want to be. So here's just a couple things about my area. Average household income is about $30,000, which is $20,000 less than the United States national average household income. Our greater Binghamton population, so Broome County, is 197,000 people. And then this is a quote I got from our local newspaper. Binghamton was gloom, despair, and agony. So it's not Detroit, it's Binghamton, New York. Yeah. So Binghamton is America's number 5 most depressing city in the United States. We're the number 2 most obese, so there's a good market. And we are the number 1 most pessimistic city in the United States. So not a lot of positivity in my town, unfortunately. And I just found out last night, there was an article by MSN.com, and Binghamton is now like the least likely spot you want to become sick because of our hospitals in our area. So don't get sick in Binghamton either. But I love Binghamton. Honestly, I'm super passionate about my hometown. I love where I live. I love the people there, and that's why I've decided to keep my business there. And I really want to help make a huge impact on where I live and the people in my community, and really turn their mindsets around and kind of get rid of all this junk that people have said about our area. So a little bit more about me. I started KW Fitness in 2012 at the age of 22, and I absolutely love sushi. I've already had it like twice since I've been here, so I love sushi. And that's my wife again. She's awesome. So where it all began, so going back to when I got out of school, I went to a local community college in Binghamton, graduated with my associates in business, and then me and a friend decided to go to the American Academy of Personal Training because we both loved fitness, and we thought this was going to be our huge passion. So that's why we went to Boston to become personal trainers and get certified. So we did that, and I knew when I was in school that I did want to own a business, and since I had a passion for fitness, it was going to be a fitness business. So right out of personal training school, I came back to Binghamton. I worked at the YMCA. I had a job lined up there. I also had a job lined up to sell Cutco, which is how I met my wife. She actually hired me for a Cutco sales job, which was awesome. So I lined those two things up. I was starting to get my ducks in a row, so I went to the YMCA just to get some skills. Unfortunately, I just found out I was just cleaning equipment and covering floor hours, so that didn't really inspire me at all. But I stuck with this Cutco sales job because I knew running a business I would need sales skills. I would need interpersonal communication skills. I knew I had to learn how to build a lead base and grow a business, so that really helped me. My wife really helped me with that to get those skills that I needed. And then after doing that for a little while, I was ready to open up my business. So at this point, I really hadn't been training any clients because at the YMCA it was just cleaning equipment and covering floor hours and showing people what to do on machines, so not really being a personal trainer at all. So I decided I wanted to start training some clients. So in 2012, September of that year, is when I decided to do that. And before I did that, I wanted to get another duck in my row. So this is when I discovered that I needed help running a business. So I went back through my notebook from personal training school, and my personal training teacher had given us a couple of websites to go to if we needed help with marketing, if we were going to start our own business, and NPE happened to be one of them. So that was pretty awesome. I don't know how he knew about them, but I'm thankful that he gave us that website. So I found NPE. I talked to Tom Jacobs on the phone. He got me set up with independent trainer, evolution accelerator. So here I just learned auto closer because I knew I was going to need to learn some kind of system to get people to become clients and also learn how to get new leads. So I was kind of stuck in that mode for a little while. I was just training clients at a couple other local studios in my area. I just rented space from another gym for about like almost a year and a half, which is unfortunate. Not because of where it was, but because of how long it took me to realize that I could really grow my business to much more than it was. So I was kind of stuck in the independent trainer mindset of I just need to really get more experience because I hadn't really been training clients after school. And in order to have a business and to have a good reputation, I need to have all this experience and all that. So I was stuck in that mindset for a while. So a couple things were holding me back was just that I thought that I lacked experience and I wasn't really prepared for growth. So at that point, I just only had auto closer and just learned how to get a couple of leads, which was great to start. So after that, I did get some money saved up to buy some equipment and to lease out my own space in March of 2014. So that's really when it all started to happen. So I kind of want to talk to people who have not opened up their own doors yet and are thinking about it. Learn from me, not from a mistake, but from what I think is a really smart decision. It's like you don't need a whole lot of equipment to start a gym. I don't have any debt for my business. I didn't from the beginning. I started small with what I needed, just a couple of weights and like TRX and stuff like that. You don't need a whole lot of equipment to get started. So don't think that you need tens of thousands of dollars just to open a fitness business. You don't, and I'm proof of that. So I opened the doors in March of 2014. I had like 10 or 12 clients at that time. And since I had my own place, I had a sign. I was like, oh, sweet, there's going to be lots of people. So that didn't happen. It was really just me. And just a couple of clients. This is really before it transformed to what it is now. So it was just me for a little while with some clients, no staff. The biggest thing, I was scared to hire anybody because when you hire someone, you're responsible for their income. And what if business tanks? Now they're out of a job too. It's not just you that you're responsible for. So right after I opened up the doors to KW Fitness is when I knew I needed more help. So I went from independent trainer, evolution accelerator, to the VIP program. This is where things really started to look promising for me. But at the same time, it was really scary. At this point, my wife had decided to close down her business, which really put us in a financial situation. And there wasn't a whole lot of revenue coming in just because it was just me and just a few clients at the time when we opened the doors. And I put all my savings into the equipment and stuff that I wanted, so I didn't have to go into debt. So it was really an emotional decision to really go into the VIP program. I really didn't have the money for it, but I knew it was something that I needed to do. I've seen success of everyone who was in the VIP program. I watched the Pages just 2 years ago step on stage. They were in the VIP program, and they killed it, and they're in Watertown, New York, which is 2 hours north of me, and I'm like, what's in Watertown? There's nothing there. Like, how are they killing it? So I was like, we could definitely do this in Binghamton if they're doing that in Watertown. So my wife and I finally agreed, and I invested in the VIP program, and things went up from there a little bit, not dramatically. I still was stuck in the ways of I can do it all. I don't really need to hire anybody right now. So it was really scary for me, but so from March until late October, early November, I finally decided to hire my first employee, and we got 2 employees. I forgot about this. We were counting pennies when we invested in the VIP program. So if you don't have the money, don't believe you can't do it. You can do it. Just count your pennies. So we finally hired some staff in the end of October and early November. And that's when things like really started to happen. So our revenue jumped from $7,000 that month to $11,000 the very next month, just because I now had people to take over like stuff in the business, and I could do the important thing like getting more leads, making more sales. So now I had a trainer covering clients. I had an admin covering all the administrative work, which was super awesome. And without these two, I don't know where we would be if I didn't end up hiring Danny and Sarah, so they're awesome. And then we invested in the VIP Pro program, so things were going well. January of this year, 2015, we sold like $50,000 in packages, which was super awesome, and had our next best month ever. We did like $13K in January, and then it went up from there, which was super awesome. So we invested in the VIP program because I knew now that I was gonna have to lead people. So in order to lead people, that's what you do in the Pro program. So you learn about leadership. So that's what really intrigued me with that, and I knew it was gonna be an investment in myself and my business and also my people as well. And then May happened, also my birthday, if anyone cares. So unfortunately, May wasn't really the best month. At that point, we actually went down a little bit because we lost some clients. But I hired Duncan, which was awesome. Now, so when I hired Duncan, Duncan already had a full-time job, benefits, all that good stuff. He just hated his job. So I hired Duncan on part-time, but little did I know when he was going to come back in after I hired him for his training that he quit his job. So now I hired Duncan. Now he has no income other than what part-time work he was going to get with me. So I'm like, oh, shoot, what am I going to do? So I gave him, like, all my clients, which was an amazing thing. It was really tough, but I knew in order for me to help him, that's what I was going to have to do. And not only did it help him, but it helped me. So this is where we really started to, like, kill it, is when I gave up responsibility of training. I stepped out of that. I've had to step back in just a little bit here and there, but not too bad. So after May came June. June, we signed up 16 new clients. Our revenue jumped over $20,000 that month from $13,000 in May. So just having another trainer just to take over clients was like huge, obviously. So if you're scared to hire somebody, like, look at that. That's amazing. So May happened. So these are the numbers after Pro. So if you're VIP and you're not VIP Pro yet, just look at this. This is awesome. So in May, we did $13,000. Then in June, we did $22,000. And then in July, we did $23,000. Last month, we did $28,000. And now this month, we're like gonna do $30,000, which is nuts. So VIP Pro is awesome. All right, so my business 12 months ago, I had no employees. I didn't really have any systems other than auto closing or learning how to close some clients and just get some new people in the door. The business was totally dependent on me because there was nobody else but me, and there was no clarity really on my numbers at that point. I did know some stuff, but I didn't really have time to get into it because I had no employees. In my business now, so this is my awesome rockin' team. The guy on the right, we just hired him, so that's my Photoshop. That's Corey. In this picture, we hit our goals for the third quarter, so our payoff was to go to Hershey Park, so I took my whole staff and my wife to Hershey Park, which was super awesome. Very rewarding just to have a team. Like, it's one thing to have a business and to get client results, but when you have a team who's like fired up about your mission and vision and is behind you, and you can reward them for that, it's so much more. So we have systems in place. There's freedom. Growth month after month. My wife is going to be stepping more into the business to help out more just because we need more help because we're growing, which is super awesome. And we're still not where we want to be, which is crazy to think about because like a year ago, like where I am now was like my goal, and I'm like here, so now we have to set new goals. So, all right, so 2015 projections. So at the end of the year, we're projected to have about 100 clients. $245,000 in gross revenue, which is 277% growth over last year, which we did $65,000, which is crazy. And also we're becoming first-time home buyers, which is super awesome. So the business is doing well, which is helping us with our goals. So buying a house, having freedom, being able to give back to people, give back to our church, which is huge. We're not only tithing, but we're giving more. We're able to sponsor children like in Africa, which is super awesome. Be able to give back to people. Now that we're going to have a home, we're able to bring people in our house, entertain, give back to people that way, have our family over for dinners. So exciting. So just a couple takeaways. I'm out of time. No, I'm just kidding. So follow the dang instructions now. So I feel like I could have been where I am now like a year ago if I just, like, I followed the instructions, but I just didn't do it like now. I kind of hesitated. I had some fears. I had some things holding me back. Don't wait for the stars to align. I wanted to have all my ducks in a row before I got to the next stage. So that's the things that held me back. If MPE says jump, say how high. Just do what they say. And have courage and practice faith. So I just want to give all the glory to God. He's helped me to be where I am and help my wife help me as well. And I just want to thank you guys and thank the MPE community for giving me my dream. Thank you guys.